I'm here. I'm here.
Yes, Lord.
This ministry is so near and dear to my heart. And there are a lot of people in this room today that have listened to me day after day after day, come up with different ideas. They've been my sounding board. They've told me what their thoughts are. Maybe you shouldn't do it this way, maybe you should do it that way. I like this, I like that. And I just want to thank those people. Mary Mingle, Chris Gallagher, of course Pat, because I'm sure Chris comes home and tells you a few things too. Dita Witherspoon, they're all my co-workers. And thank you guys for being here. So I just want to tell you guys my story. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail, but I think you all need to know where this is coming from. So on November the 22nd, 1996, I was coming home from getting my hair done at my girlfriend's house. You know, we used to get our hair done in the kitchen. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna go home, do my homework and everything, and you know, just have a restful night. It was a Friday night. I could have been at the club, because that's really where I wanted to be, but I decided to go home and do some homework. So I get out of the car, and I'm walking up the pathway to my apartment building. Can somebody give my mom some tissue? Mom, you have some tissue? Okay, all right. I'm walking up the pathway to my apartment building, and as I'm walking up, I'm just thinking about everything that I'm getting ready to do. And by the time I got up to the doorway, I see a man standing there. He's putting a mask over his head, and he has a gun in his hand. He says, "Give me your purse," and turn around and walk that way. I immediately start to recite the 23rd Psalm. Because I was a new Christian. I had just gotten saved a month prior to this. And I remember my pastor saying, you don't have to know everything about the Bible, but what you do know, make sure you know it well. So I taught myself the 23rd Psalm. So I started reciting it, and I walked around to the back of the building. That's where the wooded area was, and the whole time I'm just praying. And he's saying all kinds of things to me, but I'm just remaining in prayer because I knew that the Lord was the only one that could help me at this point. So we get around to the wooded area. He tells me to stop, and then he takes the gun, and he points it right here in my head. And at that point, I just start pleading for my life. Please don't kill me, please don't kill me. I go to school, I go to work every day, I just became a Christian. Please, 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 this will kill my mother. Please don't kill me, sir. Please don't. He tells me to shut up. I shut up. And then he tells me to get down on my knees. And at this point, I'm thinking he's just going to shoot me and kill me execution style. I still had no idea what was getting ready to take place. So I get down on my knees, and then he asked me to do some things that, you know, us as wives would do to our husbands. And, you know, I did it because I wanted to remain alive, so I did it. And then at that point, he tells me to take my clothes off. I'm like, okay, because it still hadn't dawned on me that he wanted to do this. So I said, okay, so, you know, I pull one pant leg out of the pants and that sort of thing, and then he goes on and he proceeds to do what he feels he needs to do. But as I'm laying there on the cold grass, I look up at the sky and I start to notice the stars and everything up in the sky. And I said, my, there's a lot of stars out here, but where's the moon? Didn't see the moon. But then all of a sudden, it was like the Lord had taken my spirit out of my body and had taken me up with him. Because I could look down and I could see everything that was going on, everything that was happening to me. I could see it. It was like I had an aerial view. And at that point, you know, the Lord took me up with him, and, you know, he kept me calm there and everything, and I never fought, never screamed, never cried, nothing. But then after this person did everything that he felt that he needed to do, he said to me, you better not go to the police, and you better not tell anybody, because I know where you live, I know what kind of car you drive. I will find you, and I will kill you. And then he runs off. Then It was like the Lord had just popped my spirit back into my body. And I kind of jumped. And I looked around and I said, oh, I better go before he comes back and wants to finish me off or wonder why I'm still laying here. So I reach around and I grab my purse, because he did leave my purse there. He took my wallet out. So I reached around and I grabbed my purse, and I slid my keys into my coat pocket as we were marching. So I reach around, I grab my purse and everything, and I take the one leg and put it back into my one pants leg, and then I put my shoe on. I left my stockings and everything else hanging, and I run back down the hill toward my car. I see a car coming down the street, and I try to run out flag the car down for help, but the car kept going. So I jump in the car, and I start driving, top speed, from Sedonia all the way down to East Baltimore. Now everybody knows there's North Avenue, there's Gay Street, there's some heavy streets there, some heavily traveled streets there, but I never stopped. I just kept going. So I get down to the guy that I was seeing at the time, and I said to him, I was just crying. I was just crying. He's like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And all of a sudden I just started screaming, he raped me! Ah! Because I never said a word. The whole time this guy was doing what he was doing to me, I never said a word. On the drive down to get to safety, I never said a word. So that was my release at that point. So he takes me down to my mom. My mom thought she was dreaming when I came in the door. From that point, they took me up to Hopkins. Get to Hopkins. Here come the police. Hopkins doesn't do the safe exam. That's the sexual assault forensic exam. They only do that Mercy. Police comes. I see the police. I start screaming. Because what did he tell me? Don't you tell nobody. Don't you go to the police. Because I will find you and I will kill you. Police comes. I'm screaming. They calm me down and go. I go to Mercy. I get the safe exam. And it's a brutal exam, but I made it. Never went back to the apartment. The next day, my family got together. They moved all of my stuff out of the apartment. I went back to my mom's house, and I stayed with my mom until I was able to move out on my own again. But it was hard. It was difficult. There was a lot of screaming in the midnight hours because I slept with my mom. A lot of waking up, screaming, just crying all the time. Afraid to go outside because, in my eyes, he was at the apartments across the street from my mom's house with a gun, waiting to sniper me. I wouldn't go near the windows. People would come and see me, and I would just walk them down to the bottom of the steps and say, okay, see y'all. Come back and see me again. I would go nowhere near the door, nowhere near the windows. But eventually that all went away. I spent a lot of time in prayer during my recovery phase. I went to counseling, therapy. But I spent a lot of time in prayer, asking the Lord, okay, this man could have shot me and killed me at any given moment and left me for dead in the woods. Nobody was there. Why did you allow me to remain alive? Why am I still here? What do you want me to do now? He said, I want you to go out and tell your story so that you can help others make it through. I can't do that. I said, I can't do that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I can't do this. He said, yes, you can. And you will do it. I said, okay. I'm going to do it, but okay. So as the years went on, all of my girlfriends in here, husband, my mom, everybody in here knows that I've been fighting with this for years. I know that I was supposed to do this. Because Phynyx Ministries isn't only a sexual assault counseling ministry. I am to open a recovery center with 39 beds. I have no idea what the 39 means. He told me 39 beds. I am to have overnight counseling, day counseling, provide clothing and meals, provide daycare for people that need to come in during the day and get counseling. I'm also supposed to start a foundation. This foundation will raise funding to help family members and survivors to meet whatever need they may have. I have 2 books I need to write. This ministry is not only an empowerment, a temple ministry. This ministry is supposed to be in churches. So this is supposed to be Phynyx Ministries in Bethel AME, Phynyx Ministries in First Apostolic. Because this isn't something that we talk about in churches. It's not something that we talk about in churches. We know that the black church is an institution for healing. People come because they're hurting. This isn't something that we talk about. But that's about to change. Phynyx Ministries is here. That's about to change. So at this point, I just want to thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your support. Thank you, Mom, so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. Sorry, guys, my brother just came in. My brother was 14 when this happened. My brother and I are very close. He's always been by my side. These are all tears of joy, by the way, everybody. So I can't believe this is happening. Just tears of joy. My poor husband. He's been by my side. Thank God that he didn't run when I told him that I'm a survivor. He stayed with me. So he saw something. Right, babe? He saw past all of that. He saw past all of that. So I just want to thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your support and your love, your prayers. And I especially want to thank my think tank members. So Marriott, raise your hand. She helped me put this together. Dr. Roz Aker Black, she's not here at the moment, but in her absence, I want to say thank you. Dr. Ebony Young, she's not here either. I want to say thank you to her as well. My board of directors, Mama Joan, my president, my vice president, Winnie, my secretary, Brenda Figueroa, who's not here at the moment, and also I'd like to thank my treasurer, Mama. Mama's not here at the moment. Her best friend passed away, and her services, her funeral services, are taking place today. So she's with the family. So at this point, everyone, I want to play a video from Dr. Tama Bryant Davis. She is a minister. She is a clinical psychologist. She's a survivor. She's been on Dr. Phil. And I've also been on her radio show. I don't know if anybody in the room had a chance to listen to the radio show. I was on her radio show. She lives in LA, and I did invite her to come today, but she wasn't able to make it, so she sent us a video. And she is also the sister of our pastor, Reverend Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryant.